Yeah, I'm Sean. I'm 25. Been a Hello Project fan for since uh, March 2021, but I discovered Beyond first in January 21.
So I'm Shandy. I am originally from the Twin Island country known as Trinidad and Tobago, but I've been living in Canada for the past almost 9 years.
So my name is Miriam, and my online name is Mimi Eli. I am a fan of Hello Project since maybe more than 10 years, like 2009, and I'm 25 years old.
Again. So I'm Mary, 30 years old, and I'm living with friends.
Okay, so I'm Happy on Twitter, and I'm 22. I've been a fan of Hello Project since 2010. I'm a French fan.
My name is Hannah. I've been in the fandom for probably 14 years now, so it's been a while.
My name's Emily. I'm 24 years old. I have been a fan of Hello Project for around 15 years. I live in New York State.
Okay. My name is Ayla, and I go by Allosaurus on Twitter.
Hello, my name is Diana. Twitter nickname DMagnolia524. I'm 24 years old, and I'm a Hello Project fan since 2011.
This is funny. So when I was around 8 years old, my friend and I were just playing around on YouTube, and one of those weird recommended videos popped up, and it was the music video for Fairies Kobu Special Generation, and we were instantly like memorized. And ever since then, I've become a big fan.
I was watching Kilarin the Evolution, and I was in love to Balalaika, Koikana, and I was 13 on YouTube. And yes, YouTube recommends me Morning Musume, and that's how I discovered this group and Hello Project.
My brother was a big fan of mangas and animes and everything, so he was into this, and he discovered Morning Musume, like the very old generation, and he showed me Koinodyne's site. and that's how I discovered. And because I was watching Kirari, I don't know the name in English, so I saw that Koharu, that is the Seiyu, was a member of the Morning Musume. So I went deeper. I searched deeper into the group, and so I became a fan like that. And yeah.
Well, I got into Hello Project because I saw Inazuma 11. That anime brought me to HP because very sad the endings, and that anime was my enter to Hello Project.
Well, that's interesting. So I always used to love watching anime growing up. So I was one of the many fans that got into Hello Project through Shugochara. And it's funny how I got into it. So a friend recommended it to me, and we were just watching the anime, and I really loved like the openings and the ending songs, which were done by Buno. And like, I'm cringing just thinking about this. We used to like print out the lyrics to the songs and like sing it during lunchtime in school. Oh my gosh. I don't want to think about it, but oh man, high school days. But yeah, so then I was like, oh, this music is actually really cool. When I looked into it, I realized, oh, Bono, it's like the part of this group, this organization, or this Hello Project, something called Hello Project, and through there I got into like berries and Kyoto, and it took a bit more time to get into Morning Musume, but eventually I fell into the rabbit hole, and here I am over 10 years later. I've been a fan for like 13 or 14 years now, and I'm still here. So just deep in the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I think it was just the humor in their music videos. Like I saw an article about Atsui, and another one about Go Waste. I watched them and thought they were hilarious, so I just had to know what else they had.
It was actually kind of a weird way. I was into Sailor Moon musicals back in 2004 and 2005, and one of the actresses, she was at the time, she was a singer as well. Kawabe Chieko, I think her name was. And so I listened to her music, and then somehow, I don't know, I guess on YouTube, in the related section, Berries came up, Berries Kobo. And so I watched a Berries Kobo video, and I was like, oh, I kind of like this. And so that was the end, the beginning of the end, I guess.
Alright, so who are your favorite members?
Sasaki Rikako.
And your favorite
Always.
groups?
And Jarumu.
I feel like I've said this a few times before.
But
My first favorite member was Kamei Eri, and after she graduated, I became a big fan of the whole group. But I think Fukumura Mizuki and Oda Sakura is my favorite members, and I loved also Yajima Maimi from Cute, and Sugaya Risako from Berries Kobo. But nowadays I don't have a favorite member, and like they are all very talented and everything, but yeah, I kind of prefer some members, but I'm not having a Hoshi maybes. Maybe it's because I have a trauma because of Kamei Eri leaving Morning Musume. I don't know. But yeah, I find them all very interesting, and they are evolving so well, so I'm kind of watching like Little Sisters, because they are all very young now in Hello Project. Sorry for my bad English.
You're good. So.
In GOGs, I love Niga Kirisa, Kudo Haruka, and actually my Oshi are Makino Maria, Kitagawa Ryo, and I love Takeuchi Akari, Hirai Mio, and that's all. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt your program, we have big news for you. Yes, Hello Project will debut a new group, which will be called Morning Bitches. Yes, you heard it first here. The first generation will be Mari, Mimi, Happy, and myself, and our debut single will be Brand New Bitches. So don't miss it, and follow us on social medias.
Oh, yeah. I had a lot. So when I just got in, Sugunaga, Momoko was my favorite, because she was my favorite in Bono. But when I also got into Kyoto, Okai Chisato I loved her voice, and she's very funny. So she was my favorite for a while. But then when I really started getting to Morning Musume, and that was during the Platinum era, so Takahashi Ai really stood out to me. She's such a great performer, and she's a great leader, and she was very vocally talented as well too. And then she graduated. So when she graduated, Suzuki Canon, Zuki was my favorite. Like, she is so adorable. She is so cute. I love her, and her voice was so great. I just really wish she had more opportunities to showcase her voice. And then she graduated. So, and now it is Nonaka Miki Chell, and everybody knows how much I love Chell. She is like, she's my whole life, like my whole life. I really respect her because she's very hardworking. She works very hard on herself and also to promote the group and also Hello Project on a whole. And she's come so far, and I'm really, really happy that she's getting the recognition that she deserves. And management seems to be pushing her a lot more now. So yeah, I love Chell. But other than that, I think my other favorites right now too are Take-chan from Anjurumu, and of course Ichika from Juice Juice, and Kilala from Uchanoma.
From Beyonce is Takase Kurumi. From Angerme is Matsumoto Wakana. And my current Toshi from Juice Juice and actually effect of Hello Project is Inoue Rei. Formerly are Natsuyaki Miyabi and Hirose Ayaka.
I wrote this down because I knew I was going to forget. Okay. My favorite members are Erina, Mayo, Miki, Yumeno, and Ishika.
Obviously, many people know me as Nakanishi Kana's fan. That is the one member that I really started to like financially support, but I guess one of the first members that really stuck out to me was God, who was it? I don't remember. But that's awful. I don't remember. But right now Momohime is my favorite member. I love her very much.
Oh yeah, definitely Rika and Shiori and Hanafi, of course, the piano girl.
In the beginning, I think my favorite member was Yoshi, from Morning Musume. But now, my favorite is Take-chan. I've had a lot of favorites. It's been such a long time, obviously, so, yeah.
When I first started in the community, there was Hello Online. And then I became a part of Facebook. And then like the vibe completely changed probably like in 2013-14, and then like exploded on Twitter, and so I've kind of found a new fandom on there. But when I first got into the fandom, I didn't know who to really talk about except me and my friends, because I grew up in a rural like western New York town, very small. And even if I brought up the idea of J-pop, people would always tell me things and say, oh, you're weird, blah blah blah. But now that with the internet we have this big community, and I think it's changed. I think it's definitely better. People seem to be much more accepting of it.
Do you think like anything caused that change specifically?
I think like people have become very more accepting of like Asian idols. I've definitely seen a lot of my friends have definitely become very interested in K-pop, and back in the day it was kind of seen as taboo and weird.
Yes, I would talk about the whole Hello Project. So before it was very idol thing, like be kind, be cute, they can, and I think before Hello Project was more about singing than dancing, but today I think it's more professional. They have to have good skills in dancing, singing, great personalities, but they still have strong personalities. And the thing I regret the more about Hello Project, the older one, is they were more allowed to have to show their funny aspects, which they don't have the chance to do nowadays. But yeah, I think today Hello Project is more professionalized and internationalized. I think before instead of before, contrary.
No, really. Well, there's a lot more younger people in the community now, actually. When I first was in it, I guess there were a lot of older, or people, I guess, my age, in the community. And now I'm seeing a lot of people who are, like, in their early 20s, or, like, maybe, like, teenagers, really. So that's kind of interesting to see. But I guess that also is part of Twitter helping, because we didn't really have Twitter back then. It was all forums at the time, so.
Do you think there's like any differences between like the different communities on other platforms? Like, do you think there's a difference between the people that focus on Discord side more rather than let's say Twitter, or the people that like still use Hello Online and stuff like that?
There might be. I really only just started kind of going into the like Discord and all that, so I'm not really sure. There might be. I feel like there is probably more discussion in like the Discord and Hello Online. I know when I was in the forums, there was a lot more discussion going on, because Twitter is more just like kind of general banter and stuff. Like look at my Oshi, look how great they are, and like I'm so proud of them, and like just stuff like that. But like you can actually have like full on great conversations and stuff in forums and Discord. So there's that opportunity.
With the groups or with the fandom itself?
Fandom in the community.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So for the good part of me being a Hello Project fan, I wasn't as involved in the online aspect of the fandom. That's more like a recent thing within like the last 4 or 5 years. So I don't know what was happening in the online fandom before that. Like, I wasn't really involved in forums or social media. But one thing for me that I recognize, so I don't know if this is a change, but for me, when I was obviously not involved in forums and stuff like that, it was a lot harder to get information about the members or about events or even translations and stuff like that back in the day, like in 2011 and 10, around there. So it was a lot harder for me to access that information. But for now, like, there's so many ways or so many sources of information, like the wiki. Also, there's a lot of Twitter accounts for different individual groups as well too, providing information updates and as well as translations. And I really appreciate that, because it's so much easier for somebody now to get into Hello Project, and there's so many different areas and sources of information where you can, you can learn more about the music, learn more about the members and the girls, I find, than compared back then. So those are like I don't know if it's a change, but it's something that I've noticed and experienced.
Right. Is there like anything you'd like to see from them in the future?
In real life, to see my friends too. Go in a concert with them and interact with my friends and the other fans.
I think the older ones will leave, like Fukumura Mizuki and Takeuchi Akari and all the leaders. So I hope that upfront give them more opportunities and how to say, like to be on more TV shows. And to also collaborate with other groups or other celebrities, actors, and I hope they will allow them to do more things. Like even if they are idols, they can play in a film that has no no link with upfront, and to explore more things they could do. So, yeah.
Where do I see them going, or where do I want to see them go? Where they're going right now, I'm just there like, what are you doing? Just like, they're like, if it's a combination of not having a lot of things happening, and I know we are in a pandemic at the moment, but I feel like this is year 3, so they should get used to like how things operate by now and plan accordingly. But I really hope that we get more music, consistent releases. Like, I know I'm just dreaming big here, but dreaming big. It would be nice to get more consistent releases, albums, singles, you know, have the girls do a lot more variety work. And I'm seeing that way, like Tsubaki Factory having their own show and everything like that. They seem to be inching towards that direction. And I think that's also a great thing to showcase the individual girls' talents, not only promote the group, but also promote the members and their individual skills and personalities as well too. And so hopefully having more of that. And I really appreciated having, like, even though it's a pandemic, you still have like the with lives and the Limistas as well too. So having more interaction with the idols, especially for international fans, and I would really, really love for them to, you know, give us more opportunities, because you know we exist. There's Hello Project Link, and I'm really glad that they are putting in the effort for like to engage international fans and through the whole guidebook for how to buy stuff on lineup and stuff like that. But really being more intentional, because we are fans and we support the girls as well too. And many members have stated they want to go overseas and they want to interact with the international fans. So hopefully, I would like to see them. I mean, I don't really have much hope, but I would like to see them, like, you know, making more intentional like events for maybe online events, or making it easier for international fans to communicate and interact with girls, and also to access content. More music on other platforms, please. Not Apple Music, just not only Apple Music, but yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't. Well, you can do you can do as much promotion as you like, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to. It's a guaranteed silver bullet to skyrocket yourself to global status, right? You do need a bit of luck along the way. Like Baby Metal had to have videos go viral in order for them to break out of the Sakura Gakuin mold, right? So yeah, I don't think it's that promotion alone will do it, but it would definitely help.
Hopefully mainstream. Hopefully more big hits. But definitely more like mainstream media, and internationally, bring back subunits, for the love of God. Like, everyone wants them, just bring them back. But I feel like what they need now is definitely public attention. Because, like, they're almost kind of, like, set in their ways, like, management and everything, so they're, like, comfortable with where they are and who their fans are. But, like, with the way society is going, like, they desperately need public attention.
So, for the community as a whole, do you think that there's anything that kind of sets the Hello Project fandom apart from other fandoms?
As a whole, so including fandom, is, for me, in parts of the other fandoms that I'm in and interested, I find that the Hello Project fandom is very welcoming, and a lot of people are very friendly and sweet. You just come in, and as I mentioned before, like, you get a ton of information. A lot of people just welcoming you, and everyone's just super nice. And even though you're new to it, like, people are just there to help you learn and, you know, encourage you. Even for like the non-Hello Project things, if venting on Twitter or going through a hard time, there's that supportive community there back, ready there to support you, and somebody to talk to as well too. And that's one thing that I really appreciate about this fandom. So that's a thing that I don't get in my other fandoms as well too. Like, I'm usually on the side in the background. I don't really interact or engage with anybody. I'm usually very hesitant to, but I don't feel that way with Hello Project fans and the Hello Project community, because everyone is really nice and really sweet, and I've made a lot of great friends online. I've even got to meet some of them in person, and it's great having that fellowship and that, you know, just that group of people that you feel comfortable with, and you feel like you're in a safe space, sort of. And that's like, at least that's my experience, and that's one thing. And also too, that even though you have your Oshis, so you have your favorites, and you will go hard for them, but you're even supportive of the other members, even if they are not your favorites. So, you know, someone had a success, you know, someone, you know, finally got a line in a song, we're all cheering for them, right? We're all cheering for them. And unfortunately, if somebody leaves or graduates, even though it's not your favorite, you know, we all, you know, support each other, and even those who are having a hard time with it, and we're all sad together. It's
we are united. I don't know. Yes, yes, because like I said before, like you can be shy. My English is really poor because I'm not confident at all, so I don't interact with the other fans. But when I interact with them on Twitter, they always come to you to just, joke with you. So yes, I think they're more friendly. And yeah, when they're new fans, they're coming to help them. Yes. And I don't know if it's the same for the other fandoms, but yeah, I really love this part of the fandom, yes, and the project they do.
I think in the project communities, you can find less drama than other communities, and I think it's the reason why we can support and love the girls like that. If you're looking to K-pop music, for example, don't see musical things. Always drama, and in other departments too. And I think in your project it's not like that. Maybe a little bit. I don't know, but it's the impression I have.
Possibly. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I think the biggest one is. I think there's like an understanding between all the fans of different groups that there's a respect for each group, even if you may not like another group. You have a certain respect for it and respect for their fans as well. So, like, because for example, I actually knew about Morning Musume when I was first getting into idols, because that popped up in my own research. Plus, Baby Metal also covered a few Morning Musume songs back in 2013 in their early days, and I looked them up back then when I was first getting into it in 2018, and I found that Love Machine and Chocoto Love weren't really for me at the time. And then when Rio got it in as an Avenger, dancing with Baby Metal, I thought, oh, maybe I should look up more of this Morning Musume stuff. Oh, I still didn't really like it. But now actually getting to know Hello Project, I've got a bit more respect for them, even if I don't like all the music. And plus I have found a few songs I do like now.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing. You can discover. It gets you into groups that you wouldn't usually get into because because there are distinct differences in each group, and I think that's pretty cool.
We definitely have interesting characters. Not that that's like a bad thing. That's a wonderful thing. But we definitely have interesting characters. And like our like community and like fandom as a whole is just not something like it's just our fandom in general is special, I feel. Cuz like when someone asks you like, "Hey, what are you into?" you expect like if someone how do I want to word this? It's in my mind. So if someone likes Japanese media, you'd think mostly like anime. You wouldn't think like idols. So like I think the fandom in general is just special because here we are, all sorts of ages, genders, everything, supporting these girls who are just trying to live their dream and get by, you know? So, I mean, that's how I see it anyway.
The Hello Project community seems a lot nicer. To be honest. I mean, just to be, like, straight up honest. There's a lot of toxicity in the 48 community that... I mean, not to say that there isn't in the Hello Project community, but there was a lot in the 48 community, so... Yeah.
So,
Yeah, a very good impact has made because back in my first years, nothing made me happy, and right now Hello Project has made me really happy. Really impact so many in my life, and right now I can't stop loving Hello Project.
How I met wonderful people, like my friends on Discord, and inside the Hello Project, I've been noticed by, Taki-san, Ai-chan. So yes, I was checking like when I see this. But yes, that's the impact. And since it's my childhood, I grew up with them. So yeah, I can't explain this. It's just my life, by yours.
It can give me some happiness. When I'm really, really down and depressed, yeah, turn me up. Because sometimes we have bad moments. Everybody else. So yeah, I think there's girls who are singing, dancing, and their personality too. When you're done, it always helps me feeling better and forget why during few moments why I'm in the state.
Mostly it's just a bit more fun back in the day. Yeah. I got something to keep me occupied now, and while I might not spend every day doing on Hello Project, but yeah, it's just good to talk to fans and talk to them about events. Yeah, like go through the Hello Project journey to get with other people. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. So.
Definitely. They've gotten me through some rough times. Especially specifically, like I mentioned earlier, Smilage was one of the first groups that I saw like get put together. So like I saw like their first like debut and everything, and so following them, it meant a lot, and like their music it helped me through rough times. Like pretty much.
I think it's the thing that impacted my life the most, because at school I was the only one who liked Hello Project. I think it's the same for everyone, because there are not that many fans in France, and before it was worst. I think it kind of helped me to develop my own personality, my own sense of fashion, my own music taste, and to be more aware of the Japanese culture, because people see animes, but it's not real. So I think I am more open-minded about the Japanese culture, because people will not understand why like there are girls who take photos like photo books, the things that could be very weird. But we do understand that it's just the culture, the idol culture. And yeah, I think I had a different teenage than other people, so I'm kind of proud because it was my world.
My memory in the community. I remember one time when I was just entering to a fandom, but we wanted to make Paris Como to come to Mexico, but we couldn't do it. But it was a really good experience.
My favorite. I would say it's not with the Hello Project, but with the fandom. It's because of this fandom. My French friend. I met my friends thanks to Discord, etc. And yes, I can say that. Wait. Yes. Yes, I met them. I become friends with them, and I discover more friends on Twitter. More friends, yes. And yes, it's part of my life now. Like I can see myself in the future without Hello Project and without my friends now.
Really, in the community, the first time I talked to the girls like Happy, Charlotte, it was really the very first time that I met friends inside the community. And I'm telling you, concert in Paris. Always.
Has to be hard. I actually got to go to Japan in 2018 with a study abroad group with Japan. I'm at study abroad group with college. But I didn't get to see any Hello Project groups because it was so tight knit. But regarding that, before that, in 2014, Morning Musume came to New York, and I got tickets for my birthday. And this was my first ever concert going anywhere, and I was super excited. It was my senior year, and I missed my homecoming. It was homecoming weekend, and I really didn't care. So we flew. Well, we didn't flew. We drove. It's like a 5-hour drive from where I live to Albany, and then we went to New York. But we went to that concert, and it was really memorable. The number one memorable thing is we were on we didn't stand because my mama and my aunt were there. So we were in the upper seats, and I had this really big green light stick for Erina because she's been my Oshi since forever. And I had pink, and I'm just waving them, and they were singing I Wish. And I remember just waving and waving, and all of a sudden Erina looks and she sees me and she starts waving, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then in that concert also, this is fun, we were able to get handshake tickets to see them. I think it was a handshake, yeah. And my best friend Diana was with me, and she's a huge Haruna fan, and when we got to do the handshake, she was right next to me. She just started bawling. And apparently we didn't know it, but there were TV crews there, like, recording it randomly. And so we get through the handshake event, and I'm like, Sayumi was there, and I was waving goodbye to Sayumi. I walk out the door, and I see this huge crowd, and so I walk over, and there's a TV crew recording Diana, my friend, and I'm like, whoa, so I get in the middle of it, and we got interviewed for about the concert. It popped up on a couple of websites, and we were really lucky, but they cut out the majority of my interview. I think my friend got to talk, but I talked most of it, and everything was cut. And then also from that concert, there was a photo that they took of us at the handshake event, and then like the way back, you can see me and my friend Diana handshaking, and that was on some newspapers. So that was really memorable for me.
My favorite memory, I would say, it's not only one, but it's every time there is a graduation, I feel like the community is more closer. It's closer. I don't know if it's it's me, but I see like people getting more closer because we want to be reassured because we will lose someone we love. Like lose is a big word, but you understand. And yes, and it's not a day, but I liked how the community was before because we were very. I think it's because I was younger, so I couldn't see the bad side. Sorry, but I liked the community before. I don't know, they were more involved into the project, and yeah.
Game with a poor memory. I don't want to be repeating myself, but like again, engaging with the online community because it was lonely. I feel lonely. I'm just enjoying Hello Project with myself, not in real life friends to talk about it. I try to talk to friends in school about it, and I just like, they'd be like, a little weird. You're a Caribbean girl. Why are you listening? you know that kind of shaming thing. So just be able to have a community that's welcoming and being welcomed into the Twitter community was like probably one of my favorite memories, and also getting to also meet fellow fans in person and talk about Hello Project, but also talk about other interests and get to learn about different cultures as well too. Right? That's a really great part of it too, because they're fans from all over the world. And I learn about different cultures, learn things about different languages, and so it's an appreciation of like Hello Project as a whole, but I also get a better appreciation of the world and what's going on in the world as well too, and who's out there. So I think being part of that has been like my favorite overall thing as a fan within this community.
Probably it would either have to be meeting the girls in Houston, like going to the autograph event. I don't know, it's between three things, so I guess it's like a tie. So it's Houston, Anime Expo 2009, where I got to meet Kame Eri, because she was my Oshi at the time. And when I went to Japan, and I got to go to Hina Fest, and that was like the coolest thing like I've ever done. Like going to a Hello Project concert and like seeing, like, I had like the worst seats ever. They were like way in the back, but just being at a Hello Project concert and like, I don't know, the reality of it was probably like too much to handle, but just so cool. So that, I don't know, that might be the best moment, but still, I think the other two were pretty good too. So
yeah, those are all pretty cool. I mean, I've only been in the community for
Probably just watching concerts with everyone else on Twitch streams. Yeah, the grad concerts. Those three at the back end of the year, and the Tsubaki one. And just getting to wax lyrical about Hello Pro with other people. And I know the 25th of April Beyond's Budokan will be a huge one. I think that's going to be my answer after that.
I think for the last one, I said we were all blocked by that Yuri guy, and that's still one of my favorite memories. But I was just thinking back the other day, and this doesn't have to do with like the community as a whole, but like for me, and like it relates back to like the fandom and like the music and everything. One of my favorite memories, and this is with my friend, is coming home from work on late nights. I would plug in my phone and I would just have a playlist of all like Hello Project songs. And that would keep us awake on our ride home. And like I had a vague idea at the time of like what was happening and like what the songs were and what they meant and everything. My friend was just sitting there driving and she's like, I have no idea what's going on, but like I can vibe with it. I'm into it. And like I was just thinking back, I'm like, that was a good time. But like relating to the fandom as a whole, getting blocked by Yuri is still my favorite memory.
Yeah, that was definitely something special. So.
That was great.
Yeah.